Then the last session, I was able to introduce us to Bluebeam Revu, then excuse me, what the software is about, features of the software, and the likes. That was what we were able to do in the last session. I'm sure most of us should have tried our hands on it and maybe learned a thing or two that I did not even explain the other time, and you discovered by yourself. Or maybe I'll still explain today and you discovered it, one of the two. Like I said, this class spans till Saturday. Saturday will be the last class for Bluebeam Revu. We'll be linking what we've done so far on Revu with Excel. So Bluebeam Revu is a quantity takeoff. Like I said earlier, it's a 2D quantity takeoff that used to measure for quantities such as floor area, counts, meter square, meter cube, roof area, and the likes. Please note, you can't use Bluebeam to measure for roof covering, roof members, but you can use to measure for roof covering. Hope you understand. It's stuff like rafter, for lines, wall pit, and like you may not be able to use that. You can't use Bluebeam to measure for all of that. But every other thing you can use Bluebeam to measure for it. Hope you understand. Okay. Now we move into the business of today, which is taking off copper. Now, once we have our drawing in, during last session we did a demo scaling. Now I'll be showing you two types of scaling of drawing. For a drawing that doesn't have a dimension, that have dimensions at all, and for drawings that have dimensions. Now you may be faced in situations where you just get drawings and the drawing doesn't have any dimension at all, and you want to scale the drawing yourself. For example, this page now, you notice there's no dimension on this page at all, right? The only thing we see there is just the drawing, no dimension. Now, I want to take note of this. There are some standard dimensions in building, such as the door with rooms, internal door, which is mostly 900 mm. Most of the time is 900 mm. I hope you understand. So, in a situation where you don't have the building door, building dimension, you can use the door width to dimension your buildings. That's one thing I prefer doing the most. Now you see this door here, it is 900. You see the internal door, which is a room 900, and we have this at 750 for toilets and washroom and the likes. 750 for store, then 900 for second entrance, 900 for the rooms also, which is by default. Now what we do now is you use these features to scale our drawing. Let's go to measurement here, which is this concept of going to here. Remember this measurement. Now come to calibrate. Once you calibrate, you can just always zoom. Now, since it's a vector PDF, like I said, it's snapping to this edge. You see, once you get to the edge, you see this blue box. The result, you don't see a blue box. If it comes back in, you see, can you see the difference? So we just pick between this point and this point. So now for those that is using that, yeah, that will be measured in feet or inches. You can just type in the units. That will be like 3 feet or so. That's for those that are using feet. But for we that are using meters, 9 like meters, that's 900, 9.9. That's 0.9 meters into decimal places. Can you see this decimal places? Then apply scale. I did that for vertical. I just separate vertical axis and horizontal axis. So I can do X separately and Y separately. So for X, let me calibrate for X. I'll use this for my X. This door here. That's from this point to this point. That will be 0.9. Apply scale. Then for Y, calibrate from this point to this point. 0.9. Apply scale. Now my drawing is scaled. You can always confirm this by just doing a quick measure of any part of the building. Let me measure from this point to this point. I just click this length to measure for the length. Remember the length measure. So just click from this point to this point. That's 3.82. You see it? Now let's measure this stuff from this point to this point. Exactly 0.9. Now you see our drawing is scaled. That is the minimum. So you can just delete this first. We won't be making use of that. Okay. Now, second method of scaling our drawing, let me go to this thumbnails, is what I explained during the last session. For a drawing that has scaled already, the drawing that is scaled already. This drawing is scaled already, right? All we do is come here, calibrate, click from this first point to the next point. that's 11.2 meters. Apply scale. Yeah, for the Y, that's from this point to this point. That's 18.2, which is the apply scale. How to understand? That is the two. Those are the two methods of scaling our drawing. Now, after you scale your drawing, we'll move into the next part, which is measuring for the entire building area. Now, for this job, we don't have a site plan. If we had the site plan, we just pick the area of site plan also. Now, for the building area, all we'll do is come to this area to here. See this area. Once you click on this, now you pick just for the building area. You don't remember it's the building area I'm measuring for. Just pick the edges of the building. That's from this point to this point. Just go follow the edges, just the edge of the building. That way you follow through. You don't have to stress yourself about anything. Okay, I'm sorry for the break in transmission. So we'll proceed with this part. Okay. Now just follow the edge of the building. There's no special deal there. Just follow the edge. Now this since the regular PDF, it makes it easier. It's just snapping automatically to those points in the building. So as you get to the last point here, just double click. You see double click, that's click twice. It gives you the entire area in square feet. You see 2000 this square feet. But we need it in square meters, not square feet, right? Now just press escape on your keyboard. Once you press escape, you're out of that too. Now click what you've measured. Now to click this, you can just please scale, just reduce that. That is close up that part so that it won't confuse you while you're working. Then you can now name it. Subject is building area. Now you don't need the depth or the light, you don't need that. Area, this area here should be square meters, not square feet. Did you see this? Now that is how you measure for this. I can now add some presets and some settings into what you've measured so far. Now to click once still you are still on what you clicked on. Now once you click on this, you go to these properties up here. Properties up here will tell you features of what you've measured. The author, you're not that measured it. So in case you are sharing this file to someone else, like I explained earlier, maybe you want your colleague to clear up and do some take off for some parts. So author can be DLM. While the other author can just use any other author you want. Then this is here already, right? Now the color of the line, can just change your color to green. Now you see the effect of what I'm doing now. Create a fill color. Let the fill color be, let's say, green. This green is too thick. This is a very light one. Okay, try this as building area. Now the opacity, you can reduce the scale. Opacity, that is the brightness, how bright it is. Transparency rather. That's for the line. The first one is for line opacity. While the other one is for the field opacity. Did you see what is going on here? Okay. Now once you've done all of this, the font size, I change this to blue. While the size should be, let's say, 14. I'm trying to show you all these features here, make this bold. Okay. You can choose to either show this or turn this off. And if you turn it off, you won't be seeing that at all on your drawing. But most of the time, if I turn this off, make sure this is turned off. Segment values by default is always turned on. Segment values will be turned on by default. So make sure this is off. See segment values, make sure it is off. Show caption, make sure it is off. I hope you see that. Okay. Now, once you're done with all of this, now sit down, you see add to two chests. You see it, add to two chests. Once you come there, my two QS, this is the toolbox we'll be using. Okay. Now, once you've added it here, just double click. Make sure you double click on it. Just double click on it. That means you have this for your building area. You have this tool here called building area. If you over your mouse around, you see the name will be called building area. Can you see this? Now, let me show you something, the effects. Now let's go to another page. Let's go to this first page also. Once we get here, come to our toolbox, which is here. This is what we just created within area 2, right? Just double click. Once you click on it, you just click on this point. So that it's measuring directly in square meters now, not square feet. Did you see that? Take note of what is going on at this minute here. 189.27. Double click. Did you see that? We created it once. It is in your tool chest, unique to you. Do you get the concept? It is not like you are creating this thing for someone else. You are creating it for you. These are things that you yourself have to do yourself. It's really compared to what we did initially that was looking all we did on our drawing, and this is looking very neat. I hope you understand. Okay, let's move to the next one. Measurements to escape. Let's go to the page you're working with. This page here. Right? Now let's measure for external guard. I'll just be measuring for external guards, but you can also let's measure for internal guards. So we can all get the pictures. Now for guards measurements here, right? Now using this poly length, you understand? Poly length, continuous length. Even the poly length is see point, all these points, which you are picking every point in your drawing to make up for that. I hope you understand. Now for poly length, we just pick for external guards, we just move across the external walls only. Just for external walls. I hope you all understand what is going on here. Now, to get to the top, this is where I started from. Double click. I saw this phone numbers. This is how it looks like by default. It looks your workload all with the and it's not what you want, right? I'm sure this is not what you want it to look like. Now, once you click on this, name this subject should be external. That's okay. Now, can just put the let's say you're going to be that external perimeter. Like I'm going to be using this for let's say wall area. I'm going to duplicate this for wall area and the likes, which I'll still come back to. Now, the depth, the rise and the dash, we don't need all of this area. If it's not in area, it's in meter. So by default, it's still in the meter format. Right? Now you come back to this setting here, that's properties up here. Properties, author, the subject, this is the total value, right? Now change the color to let's say thick blue. We don't need a fill color. Highlight with an highlights. The opacity should be very low. Line width 1, okay. Show segment values, make sure this is off. Okay, this is not natural. Then this is off. All that those are off. Remember, because of the column created then for tone excavation volume and the likes, that's why it's putting itself. I thought you won't see this constant part. You won't see there. Now add to two chests, my two QS. Once you have it here, double click. Make sure you double click. If you don't double click, if you want to use the game, you're getting something entirely different. So make sure you double click, please. Understand? Okay. Now for internal walls, also, and just come back to your this. Just name it in around. Internal back, right? Now just click for internal walls alone. Up to your wall, follow me here. You have this road that went from this point down to this point. Double click. Once you're done with the point, you double click. Now you know this wall has gone. This line indicates that the wall this is for this wall. So you won't have to pick from here. You have to pick from this word down to this point. So your words don't overlap. This one, you don't pick from here. You pick from down here. Because each line shows indicates a thickness also. Now this place, because we pick external here, so this one will stop at this point here. Double click. Huh? I hope you understand. Now each line there shows its own like thickness. Every line you see there adds its own thickness. It's not like all of these lines are coming or popping up from nowhere. No, they have their own source. Okay. Um, let's to this point. Let's just be very careful so you don't over measure. I hope you understand. When not to over measure, you have to be very careful. When this goes to this point. Hmm? Open it from this wardrobe door. No, that should be all. We have this. Okay, we're done. That's all for our internal guide. Hmm? I just have to get done with that. I can just pick one of these lines because it's in different segments. Hmm? Come to properties. And let's do the properties as it is. Let's also add it to toolbox. Two chests. Two chests. Double click. We'll try double click. So we have area, internal guard, external guard, internal. Oh, it should be external. That's changed the name for this. Hmm? Just double click. Just from properties. It should be external. External guard. So now come back to my two chests. Internal, external. Area. Nice. Remember your red box on Excel sheet. Remember that. Okay. Now that's for the internal, external, and the lights. Now let's move to the next part, which is the volume. Hmm? Now, for one measure for volume, which is the side concrete and the lights, we'll just do is come to area here. Hmm? Now come to this area. Now, and that is the volume tool. Let's use the volume tool directly. Hmm? Click on volume. Just pick the building edge. Hmm? Just follow the edge of the build. So, for example, if you have a joint that has column base, let me, I'll go to another page to highlight an example for you. I'm going for oversight project, so I'm doing that first. Okay. So you have 0 cubic feet. Do you know why it's 0? Hmm? I click on this. Once click on this, depth, that's your thickness. Hmm? The thickness now becomes, let's say, 0.15. Why? It is a meter. You see this drop down, inch, feet, yards, and the likes. Hmm? Now your area should be square area, that's square meter. The volume should be cubic meter. That's 20.27. Did you see how you were able to measure for all these excesses and the recess and everything without going through any stress? Okay. Now, once you've done this, let's just go to properties, oversight. Okay. Now, once you have this as cubic volume, you can change the color to whatever color you want. You can make it something like brown. You can fill it in also with blue highlights. Also, make sure the highlights, then opacity, fill opacity should reduce. Okay. Then it's too small. Now this I also use arch. Let's use arch. Let's see dots. Okay, since it's you see we have dots there. Dot color should be black. So it is copy. Hmm? Then I use the scale. So guys use scale the attribute present. Okay, understand. Then font size, you can change the font color, you can turn it off if you want to. Hmm? Add to two chest, my two chest, double click. Double click, make sure you double click and it looks like this. Once it's like this, is not what you want. Double click to make sure it looks something like this. Did you see this? Hmm? And this is how you should look like. This is how your two chests should look like. Hmm? So that's for volume measurements. Okay, understand. Now let's come back to measurement tools here. Because this is the first time, so you're like creating your own tool chest. And I remember I said that your tool chest is unique to you. Hmm? So every tool chest that you have, it's always unique to you. It's not like um someone else has to create a two chest and be like, no, there's nothing like that. Hmm? It is your own and it is special for you. Hmm? So, for example, you're in a firm that what you use for your measurements is just um, area and linear. You already have your two chests on ground. So by the time drawing is coming in, just go to your two chests, single click, click to the area, and you're done. They'll be like, how come you are working this fast? Work that some people will use days and hours for because you know to measure for these recess and the likes, and they won't still be as accurate as that. And you are just doing it in single clicks and you're done, single clicks and you're done. Like sure you get the concept. That is the reason why I said you yourself should understand the organization method and rules. So let's come to the real system now. I can as well give you, like I said on the last class, a strict principle that you follow. Then you get to a company that knows in that principle, and you'll be like, oh, the training you went for, it is not applicable. Why? This is because you yourself have programmed your mind to work with this principle alone, which is one thing that I'm trying to clear from your mind that QS is a dynamic profession. You can find yourself anywhere at any day. You can find yourself working in MEP. You can find yourself working in civil engineering. You can find yourself working in industrial engineering. You can find yourself working in building. But no matter where you find yourself, all these things is the same. Area, linear, volume, count. That's it. Even roof members consist of just linear, rafter, wall plate, this, that. They are all meter, linear measurement. Do you understand? All of these are things that you bring together to form your own idea. Now, you know how to use all of these tools. You have your Excel templates on one side. You have your tools or software on one side. Just come here and just click the measurement, and you have those quantities. Don't worry, you see the summary page very soon. Let's move to the next part, which is the count. Now, for count, I think count is somewhere down here. Please count here. For count measurements, let's say Windows. And the label should be, let's say, 1.2 meter by 1.8 meter. Right? Now, if you are in a situation where the architect will not give you the size of your window, that's the window height and width. You have this already as a window width, and you will not know the window height, right? Or you can just let me just click on this first. I'll come back to that. But I know so you just come to your terminal and look for your elevation. Once you get to your elevation, no stress. Okay? Just okay, we have this already now, so we're giving this like we're not giving this, just kill this page. On to your measurement, please scale, calibrate. Pick from this point to your roof level. That's 5.871 meters. Then that's 5.87. You just see that two decimal places apply scale. Now, just length. Username. Just type in window height. Start with window height. From this point to that's 1.64. Away. I was thinking about that's how we just quickly do that. So you don't start studying. Oh, window height was not given. Oh, this was not given. That was not given. Why would you bother yourself when you have all of this information on your drawing? Another mistake I noticed most surveyors make is not referring, not taking paying attention to every drawing. See, every single sheet of drawing you are making partners. You need information from either directly or indirectly. Those are things that shapes your description principle. But the act of describing alone is a skill. Let me not lie to you. Now, you have to be as explicit as you can be. The BSM gives a guide. Yes, you have a guide with the BSM. The BSM is not just the alpha and omega. The BSM is not the alpha and omega. It's a guide. Like you have a guide, you have a pointer. All right. Now, will you just go blindly or describe to details? Yeah, the BSM says detail between this and this. Use meter square or use meter. Doesn't say that of it. Now you now description you describe to detail 1 to 4 mix concrete with 20 mm debate in this so filled with so and so describe to detail. It is I mean anybody picks your view, the person will be like, oh okay. Can easily trace that description to wherever it is, come to join and either on site. You know where that cost is attached to. When we describe vaguely concrete, yeah, concrete in foundation, what's the specification of that concrete in foundation? What is the specification? What is the information? Is it a 1 to 4 minutes? Is it a 1.5 minutes? Is it a 1 to 6 minutes? Because your mix ratio affects your rates. I hope you understand. I'm going out of context. I'm just trying to make you understand. For those that don't have that knowledge before, just as a pointer, help you understand. It's not me just coming to just show you 1 or 2 things on the software and that's all. Yeah, I did that with this. I've done my part to pay you for that, and that's all. So I want whatever everyone has learned at this training in the next 5, 6 years, we should still get back in the mind. The purpose of this training is to impact knowledge, not teach. There's no between knowledge and teaching. Impartation of knowledge is different from teaching again. What understand? Let's come back to knowledge. I was working on the accounts initially before went to someone else. Okay. Now this is what we're doing, right? I just want to continue using this tool here to measure. But I'll just use right click. Pick this one properties first. I have this window 1.8, yes, I like that. The color should be green, square. Okay. Square is fine. Scale it down. Increase your scale, can scale it down, can scale it up. And show caption, that's the area for like to make your drawing too clumsy. That's two chest. Then two QS. Once you have this double click. Count is supposed to do this. Okay. Count is stubborn, it just wants to be the way it is. Okay, let's just like that. It wants to be like this. Then just pick 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's that, right? Then you can also right click this, duplicate, right click, duplicate. Once you have this, off the properties. Toolbox. Click here. Also click properties. Then Windows, yes, label should be 0 points. Also 75 by 0.85, I guess. 0.85. As well as I did this design, don't mind me. So that's why I'm still able to do this and to look at. Okay, I can use circle. So, this is the left hand relate. I can use circle download. So again, two chests already. Once you've done that, just come to your two chests. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that's the same thing you do for those also. So these are two chests now. We have building area, internal perimeter, external perimeter guard, internal perimeter guard, volume. Windows, window 1 and window 2. Right? Now we want to measure for, let's say we want to create a 2, now measure for volume. Let's say beam volume. What you just do is come to your okay. I just come back to a measurement here. Poly length. Now for poly length here, let's say for example, there's a lintel, that's a beam spanning from, let's say from this point to this point here, all right? Let's pick from here to here. Let's pick that. We have that already. Now just escape. Once you have this, just make it. Label should be the thickness. I need thickness. Thickness is, let's say 0.225. That's the thickness. That's the width. Then in square meters. Okay, understand. The last property, which is volume, can't be added directly here. You can either use this to create a viewport. No, that is for me. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I had a bit of network trouble. Okay, so I have the beam, the tail, depth, and the light. Now, once I have all of this, yeah, the height, which is rise or drop, which is for the height here. The height should be, let's say, 0.225 also. That's for the features here. Now we'll come to properties, right? Now being meterless. Color, let's make color like black. Let me use black this time around. There's no fury, it's a straight line. But let's put an arrow. Let's just say like this, okay. Use the size. It is looking more matured. Now show caption, I don't like caption. Thank you. Just need a minute. And add to chest, add to chest. That's for a good income. Did you understand? Now let's go to another drawing page. Once you page that is not something this page here. But there's a feature I would like to call our attention to, which is the dynamic view tool. Now with dynamic fill to takes your speed to another level when it comes to measurement. Hmm? Into your measurement to the quantity of measurements, right? Now drop down, you see this that looks like water. It's dynamic fill. Before that, let me scale this page. There's no dimension on this page. Remember, it's simple. Full scale, calibrate, right? We use the dots. That's from this point to this point. And with the circle now. Then to this one, proceeds apply scale. Then now let's separate for vertical and horizontal. Then calibrate the X. That's the horizontal will be this point to this point. Apply scale. And we go this point to this point. Okay, that's good. After you've done that already, I know that okay, you're in good hands. So you do other points is come here, dynamic field. Once you get to dynamic field here, now dynamic field here. What we first do is define your area. That's to lock these doors. You have to close the doors. Okay, it's very fun, right? That's from zooming this point to this point should be closed. And from this point to this point. Try as much as possible to make sure you have the straight. Mine is not straight, I mean. Then the windows are fine. Now, once you are done with that already, you see this paint bucket. See? You just now you've seen it. You just click. So once you've done that, click on area. Then apply. Did you see now? Now you see this kind of small edges. If you don't like that, just click. If you don't like it, just click on that point. Click on the points you don't like. Sorry, should just do it. When I'm doing like this, it should allow me to do it. It's not allowing me to do it. Okay, that means you have to work on the dynamic lines again. But basically, I want to understand the concept that was given here to get the area. So we're clicking on the points. Just so we have large area. Basically, you would get to enjoy this when you're working with a very large expanse of drawing. And also measure for the entire area. And picking the points would be kind of stressful for you. When you kind of get there are so many recess. I'm picking up the points. Okay, for example, this kind of corridor area here. Now to use dynamic fill. And just once you click on dynamic fill settings. Once you click on setting boundary size and let's reduce the boundary size so as low as possible. Let's do 26. Okay. So that as 26. And just speak from this point to this point. This point to this point. When you close all of the doors where like you're pouring water on the floor and you don't want it to go beyond the particular place, that's just that's it. So once you're done with that, fill it in. So I just click on one point and here's what to do. This to fill it. Did you see that? Go down to measure from there. And that measure perimeter, that's the entire that perimeter. And measure the entire area and measure the volume. It's how to measure volume of lateral filling from just that part. Just click on this volume. Once I have that, I just close. The thickness should be 0.0. Area, square meter, volume, cubic meter. See all of this overlapping. No worries. Now, once you have that here, you can just come to properties, and then this filling, line color, green, hue color, brown, and lights. Edge should be diagonal, scale should be reduced, color should be black, opacity should be reduced, opacity should be reduced. I don't see captions. Once I'm done with that, I have to suggest. Okay. Ask for your feelings. I hope it stands. That is how we do quantitative for every item of work. Do you understand? For what area? It's very easy. Just pick the card times the height. Now, once you are done with all of your measurements and the likes, there's a page down here which I introduced us to in the last session. It's a markup page. I explained how I did this kind of look for us. Now, for area measurement here, let's click on this area measurement. You would see it on the page, then you refer back to it. And just right click. Let's click on it like this. Right click. You can check. So see it here. Because this is all you picked, it has shown me that this is all you have selected. If I click out, you've seen like click, show that this is what I picked. 150.9 square feet. I can just convert this. I'll just convert this to meters, square meters. That's 14.02 square meters. The height and the width. The height in this sense is the length. For the other one also, which is this square meter. That's 43.41. So the area of that part that was dynamically filled is 43.41. Then for the beam details, so when I click beam, it went to the joiner as it, and it showed it here. I showed it here already. So at this point, you see what you need to see is not here, right? You need to see the volume, which is not here. So what you just respond to your markup leads column and show volume. Let's click on show volume. Then what else we need to show the measurements. That's for the link there. The next part is the building area, which is here. So if you click on something, it shows you what it's referring to. It's now that. And the total quantities are always up here. For this filling, this is it here. For building area, because that's more than one. So the way Bluebeam works is it categorizes all your measurement, all your area measurements, puts them together. So any measurement that has the same kind of name, it brings everything together to the same page for you. Up to understand, measurements with the same name brings them together to the same page. Internal guards, filling. Internal guard, I know we have so many walls that we're picking one by one for internal guards. This is the total of everything, 4.4. Outside concrete, the volume 28.07. Door, text box, height, window height. I'll make it on the other page. You can click on it. I'll show us where it is. That is the beauty of all of these tools. You can always refer back to what you've measured. Then the windows. Total number of windows is 19. That is it. 19 counts. Did you understand? Now for this window, I can create a new column. Come here, column, manage column, custom column, add window width. Let me see. Now I have something like first bar. Okay, I have a rate here, and I have to that first here. Okay, I've done that last week. Can you refer back to last week class? And now we got this. Okay. I need the windows. The rates as cost per window. Once you get here, then just double click. It will open everything down here. So just double click here. If this we have 5,000 naira. Enter. Double click. 5,000 naira. Now the thing about this is it is showing total cost of trench excavation and rates. And we need total cost of windows. Total cost of windows, not total cost of excavation. These are some of the shortcomings of Bluebeam. Why I said Bluebeam is just for a quick take-off and annotation. By the time we get to the next software, you'll be able to compare between the two and choose the one that you love most. I'm not forcing software anybody. Okay, now come here, manage columns, custom column, add total window formula. Expression should be rates times minus the count. Format should be currency, decimal place, dollar. Okay. Okay. Specificity. Start cost so far. So let's say this window is 2.5. Then this final one, let's say it's 0.500. Example, just an example. Start cost of window is $91,000. Yeah, cost of each. See, as you're clicking on them, it's showing you on the drawing what you're clicking on. I hope you understand. Yeah. So measure for that. Now, fine, okay, let's go back to the roof page. Cost to scale this page, right? Scale. Which scale? Set rates for X. This point down to this point, that's 7 points. Meters, right? Once this is a meters, you deduct that manually. You get the square area. Once you have the square area of windows and square area of doors, you now deduct manually, like pressing the total square area of your wall minus square area of your window minus square area of your door. That's how you deduct coordinates in Bluebeam Revu. There's no magic tool that tells you to automatically deduct for doors and windows. You type that by yourself. So as you get the total area in that markup sheet that I showed you, total area of windows, total area of doors and the lights, you will now press so minus so to give you so in calculator. You can always put that directly to Excel sheet and to give you that value. I hope you understand. That will be 7.575 meters apply scale. Then for Y, that's from this point 16.4. So that will be coming back here meters as 16.4, right? Then apply scale. Once you've done that, now come to your area here. This area, point of point area, is roof. For roof, is for roof, right? Degree 30 degrees. We know it's 30 degrees. Come to pitch degree. How many degrees? 30 degrees. Second. Now call this one roof. Roof. Then the label can be roof. Okay. Once you've done that, square meter, right? I just pick from now. What do we measure? You pick segment by segment. This segment is sloping to the side at 30 degrees. Right? Now what I'll do is once I've done the first one, come to my properties here, roof covering 30 degrees slope. So you got out everything here. Then I don't like the before thread. I don't know. Okay, highlights. Should be his roof. So that isn't that now down. Okay. Scale to make it more. Use opacity. Okay. I would like some captions. Now, once we've done that, about this, something that I forgot to change. The area should be square meters. Volume should be cubic. Okay, I've done that. Add two chests, my two chests, 32. So this is for roof. Just click on this. So I'll now continue doing it back from this point here. Now see this roof is a very kind of funny roof. So no matter how complex your roof is going to look like, you are covered. And then here also. Once you have your scope of your roof, and pick all of this, it will factor the slope in the direction and generate your quantities. I thank God it's snapping automatically. So it's snapping to those points on the roof. Once you are done with every part, just double click. Once you are done, you double click. Remember that. Once you are done, just click twice. That's double click. Now this page is kind of repeat right with it. Then for this part, okay. Now we have this roof completely measured. Okay. Once you're done with this, then come to markups. See your roof here. That's 263.31 square meters at 30 degrees slope. So that is the total value for the roof measurements. For lintel, like I explained when I picked the lintel too. To join the house. You will do that. And your hands, by hand, rather. Come to this two bottles, two bottles. Then this is for lintel. We just know that let's say you pick from this point to this point. 900 plus 300, that's 1.2. You have 1.2 there already. That has factored for your total length of lintel. There is no way to automatically add those projections in Bluebeam Revu. So you have to configure those with yourself. This is 750 windows. 750 plus 300, that's 1.05. So we are picking from here, you stop at 1.05, which is here in the factor that down already. For this part, you know the way normally should come from this point to this point. Then for this part, 900 though, you stop at 1.2. So, for this part, 900 though, stop at 1.2. So it's going to be on 900. Let's say it is a 1.5 though. So that 1.8. Remember we just got this door in during the last session. This is also 1.2 plus 3, that's 1.5. So pick from this point to that's 1.5. I hope you understand. That is how you pick for those details using the tool you created in your toolbox. Once you're done, press escape. So I need to click on what you're not supposed to click on. I come back to my markup page down here. Then I look for my bin, which is here. Total is 12.8 meters. That's total length. Now we don't calculate for the members. We don't calculate, like I said earlier, we don't calculate for the members, just the roof covering alone. That's just for the roof covering. That's what we're measuring. So we only follow the path of the roof itself. What is roof? Okay. So only follow the roof covering slope direction. That's how you measure for the roof covering. Unless I did not get the question very well. For the if and valid, that's rafters will be measured inside this software, because the software does not have the power to locally generate those if and values for us. Okay, so that's all for measurement using the Bluebeam software. By next session, we'll be going into the implementation of all these measurements into Microsoft Excel. The template created with Microsoft Excel during week 1. That's what we'll be referring back to add up everything and round up Bluebeam. We'll get there, sir. We'll get to those parts. We'll cover for that. Basically, Bluebeam is a quick takeoff tool and quick annotation tool, like I said last week. Just one quick measure for something, quick get to it, quick, and you're done. See that there's no space for description, there's no space for your ESMN part and the like, SMN part, there's no space for estimating and the likes in details. Basically, just for quick measurement, just quickly measure something and get the generate the cost and they're out. So that's like a calculator. And that is what Bluebeam is basically for. It's not for detailed and in-depth measurement. As we proceed in during our training, we basically just started. We've not even gone far yet. We just started. So as we proceed, you would see the other tools and other softwares, and you'll be able to compare that. Oh, using this software, this is what this software can do. Okay, with this one, you don't want to do. This is what you want to do at a particular time to determine the kind of software you'll be using. I hope you understand. So, all your questions will be answered in the class. As the class proceeds, your questions will get answers. Okay, so I know many people are curious, like really curious, but I don't want to try the answer of this. Once you are done, just press Ctrl S. Remember, save. Ctrl S to save and send me what you've done. No matter the kind of drawing, either architectural, civil engineering, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, MEP. If you watch last week's session carefully, I explained how to do auto count. I explained it last week, which is why I'm not going back to it again this week. So watch it carefully. Every detail is there. So watch it and you see where I did the auto count part and you apply that to your quantity. I hope you understand. Okay, so basically that will be all for the measurement part. Now questions. Okay, someone is raising his hand. Start busting. Now mute your mic, sir.
Good evening.
Can you hear you?
Can you hear me?
No, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello? Sorry, let me check my speaker. Okay, I'll mute your mic, sir. Let's try again.
Good evening. Can you hear me now?
I can't still hear you. Maybe your earpiece is bad or your mouthpiece or and move you're using the earpiece, move the earpiece and talk directly to your phone. I can't hear you. Sorry, sir, I can't hear you, sir.
I'm not using earpiece. I don't know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? I'm not using earpiece.
Now also type a message. Remove your earpiece and try and probably your network or something. Okay, sorry. Oh, just from my end.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah. My question goes to us. When we are scaling our drawing,
Okay,
I
sir.
actually tried it, and after scaling, I want to confirm my measurement. I'm still getting my measurements in inches. So I want to ask what happened? How can I go about it? And secondly, I want to ask if we're actually using a tool to measure. After we've ended it and there is error in our measurement, how do we go about it to correct what we have measured with the tool you used? Is there a continuation or there is no continuation, or we just start all over again?
Okay. Now,
I don't know if you understand my question.
I understand your question. No
Yeah,
problem.
that's all.
Okay, thank you. Now, for the first question you asked, possibly you did not scale right, or when you scale the scale didn't fit. Let me use this page that is not yet scaled right. Now, once you want to scale, let me put you through that again carefully. Hmm? Up to your measurement here. Page scale. Hmm? Calibrate. Hmm? Until not calibrate, pick the point between this point here to this point here. 3.8 meters. Now by default, this is in feet. This is in feet here, right? Click on this, then change this to meters. Once you change it to meters, then you type in 0.8. Did you see that? Then apply scale. So you just click on this and just click from this end to this end. You have your 2.8 meters. If you scale in meters, you have a measurement in meters. I hope you understand. So check the way you scale and correct yourself there. I feel that is where you should have had the error. For your second question, let's go to what we've done before. Let's be okay. For area, building area. Now for building area, which is it. Now, for example, while I was picking my building area, I mistakenly picked this part to come to this point here. And I thought, oh, I don't start again. What you can do is you adjust this point, all these points here, they are adjustable. Hmm? You adjust it to wherever you want it to be. Hmm? So you make an error. That's why you're clicking. You made an error somewhere. Just continue. Just trace your way back to the right part and complete what you are clicking. Once you are done with clicking and everything, you can now use this point here to adjust. Did you understand? Once you use this point to adjust, you would get where you want. I hope I've answered the questions. All these points here, you can use them to adjust and you would still get the right answer. You still get the right quantities. So that's how you go about it. Okay, Mr. Moses. Can I meet your mic, sir?
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm with you.
Yes, sir. My first question is that this Bluebeam is working with PDF, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the PDF that it can work with, it is the one that the PDF directly from the AutoCAD or any PDF. Maybe somebody
I said
just scan the drawing and send it to me now.
any PDF
Can I get the same accuracy
Yes.
with this one?
Yes.
Do you understand my question, sir?
Yes, sir. You can. You can. I said it last week.
Hello.
You can. You can get the same accuracy. I said
Hello.
that.
Okay. Won't there be error of dimension there?
As long as you scale your drawing, there's no error. It is human that make those kind of errors. Once your scale is correct, you get the right quantities. There is no matter, even though you snap a drawing that is upside down, by the time you bring it to the software and you scale properly, you get the same quantities.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So vector or raster PDF, always put it in and it will work the normal way. I explained that last week. You can watch last week's sessions video where I explained all the kind of files you can work with. I explained it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when we scale it, we can convert it to the scale that is accurate with the drawing.
Once you scale, I will explain how to calibrate now. Once you calibrate your drawing, just calibrate your PDF, do your measurement, it's accurate.
Okay.
If you calibrate the right way, you get the right measurement. If you calibrate the wrong way, you get wrong measurements. So basically, it's what you calibrate that you get.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then, sir, from here you can link it with Excel to prepare our video.
I would teach that on Saturday, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Okay. I think, is there any other question? Okay. In the absence of any other question, we call it a day for today. I would work on the video and upload as soon as possible. Before the end of tomorrow, everyone should be able to get access to the videos. That'll be all for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful night. Okay. Okay, sir. You have a question, Mr. AV. You can meet your mic, sir. Sir.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I have the question I want to ask is when I was trying to use my Bluebeam yesterday, okay. I received a pop-up that I should update the Bluebeam. So when I tried to update it, I was having an error at the end of the whole process.
Kindly don't upgrade for now. If it asks you to upgrade, don't upgrade. I never give
okay.
Just to upgrade. So if it brings out anything like upgrades, just close it or ignore. Close just whenever it brings out just information, just close it and don't upgrade.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay. Okay then. That's all. Good night, everyone.